Welcome everyone to the fifth chapter of web development. So in the last video, we have learned how to create a single page website or a one page website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And same thing we would be learning today in this video, but we would be using one more framework that is called Bootstrap. So a Bootstrap is a collection of predefined classes, and those classes are already styled in their Bootstrap CSS. So we will just load the libraries and we won't have to write that much of CSS codes here. We will only use HTML coding and a very less of, a very little bit of CSS that we would be using here. So let's go ahead and start the video. So here is the directory, the project directory. We will take it to the Sublime text. Inside this, we will create a new file by the name index.html. And let's start with the HTML codes. So let's say it's a Bootstrap website, single page, or you can say Bootstrap single page website. Okay. Now we will change the favicon. So again, let's copy and paste the favicon that I already have. And inside this, I will create a new folder by the name images, and I'll move my logo file there inside the images. Now we'll put a favicon here, shortcut icon, and we'll put the path name here, that is favicon.png. And here we have got the favicon. And now we will create a style sheet, create a new folder, say CSS. Inside CSS, we will create a new file by the name style.css, and we will link it up here, css style.css. And then we will be needing the JavaScript library, that is jQuery. So again, we'll do it the same way. Download jQuery, go here, select the first one, copy the code and paste it here in the JavaScript file. So create a new folder by the name JS. Inside JS, we will take a new file, create a new file by the name jquery.js, and we will paste the code here and we will close it. And we will link it up here in js/jquery.js. All right. Now we would be needing the Bootstrap libraries. So we will go to Bootstrap in Google and we will load the first one, getbootstrap.com. Click here and we will click in the read the docs. And here, if we scroll down it a little bit, we will see the files. So these are the two libraries that we need to install or that we need to integrate with our project. So what we will do is we will first copy this link and paste it in the new tab, and we will get the coding here. So we will copy the file name and we will create a new one inside JS. So this is a CSS file. So we will create it inside the CSS folder, new file, bootstrap.mean.css, and we will copy all the codes from here and paste it here in this file, and we will save it. Now the another file that we need is JS file, and the file name is bootstrap.bundle.mean.js. We will create this file inside the JS folder, and we will copy all the codes from here and paste it here in this file, and we will save this and close this one. Okay, now our Bootstrap is already loaded, and our CSS is also loaded, but we have not integrated it yet. So what we will do is link CSS, and inside CSS it's bootstrap.mean.css, bootstrap.mean.css, and the another file is JS file. So we will declare it here, src equal to JS slash bootstrap.bundle.mean.js. So bootstrap.bundle.mean.js, and let's check the page source code so that we can check whether all the integrations are correctly done or not. Favicon loading up, CSS check, Bootstrap CSS check, jQuery check, Bootstrap JS check. Okay, so we have got all the files here. Now let me show you. This is very easy to create website using Bootstrap. So first of all, we will take a section, and let's say we give it a class name mean h. So we'll go to the style.css, html comma body, we'll make it width 100%, height 100%, margin 0 pixel, padding 0 pixel, scroll behavior smooth, and that would be enough. And now we will write h1 home. So guys, if we put a class name here, display 1, it will increase the font size, and here it is. Now we will create two more classes. One is by the name bold, font weight would be bold, and it would be important, and we will take on mean edge, that would be minimum height of 100 vh, and it should be important. So guys, why we are using this important term here, it's only because there are some predefined styles in Bootstrap. So if we create if we override something, then it might not get overridden because of the Bootstrap. So that is why we have mentioned important, or we have written this keyword important here, so that it will override forcefully, it will forcefully override the characteristics or the features. Now we can see we have home here, and let's say it is bold, and then we will create a, okay, let's leave it this way. So here guys, in Bootstrap there are some predefined classes, as I told you. So we can divide a section into three different types. So one is container, then here it comes the row, and then it comes the columns. So columns are divided into 12 parts. So what we can do here is we'll create a div, and we will give it a class w100. W100 will make its width 100%, and inside this div tag we will create one container, div class equal to container, and inside this container we will create a row, and inside the row we will create a column. So guys, over here columns are also responsive. So column large is for large devices like laptop, computer. So we are taking half of col LG, and col MD is for medium devices. So col MD we will take 10 columns, and col SM is for small devices, let's say 10, and this is for mobile devices, col 12. Let's take col 10. Now inside this we will just copy and paste our heading tag, and we'll write a paragraph. This is a home banner. Okay, now we can see this is not at the center of the screen, so we can simply write deflex, that will make it display flex. Justify content center. So guys, as you can see, we used to write CSS codes for this features, but now we just need to declare the class name, and it is predefined in the Bootstrap. So we just need to use the class name and we are done. And align items would be center. So guys, you will see how easy it is to develop in Bootstrap. Now in the home, let's give it a BG background color of, let's say, BG primary, or make it BG info. That would be good, I believe. Yeah. All right. Now the same way we will create another sections as well. Home, and then we'll write about us. This is an about us page, and then this is services, our services. This is a services page, and contact us. This is a contact us page. So if you see, we have got about us, though we want different styles or different colors for the other sections apart from the banner one. So instead of BG info, let's make it nothing. See guys, here it is. Now we want our navigation menu. Creating a navigation menu using Bootstrap is very easy. We will take a nav section, and inside nav we will declare class name navbar, and we'll make it navbar expand lg, and then we'll take a, so we'll do the next thing later on. And now we'll take a container inside it, class container, and let's suppose we give it a background of white. Now inside the container we will create an anchor tag that would be pointing to home, and let's say it is image. Let's say we put an image, source equal to images logo dot png, and we'll give it a class name logo image. This is too big, so we will restyle it. Logo image width will be 100%, and height will be auto, and max width will be, let's say, 3 rem. And inside this we'll write a span by the name Bootstrap website. Bootstrap website. Now guys, in order to style this automatically, what we will do is we will just simply give it a class name navbar brand, and see, here it is. And if we want, we can give it a class name, let's say h3, see, and we'll put a margin at the end. So margin end would be, let's say, 4. Let's see. Okay, here we got it. And now we want this bootstrap to be aligned at the middle. So what we will do is align, we'll put a class name align middle, and see, it is at the middle. Now what we will do is we need a navigation bar menu. So first of all, we'll create a navbar division class equal to collapse navbar collapse. So guys, I will get into this later on. Let's create a UL. Let's create a li. Let's create a anchor tag home home. Here it is. Now the same way we will create the other menu items: home, about, services, and contact. Home, about us, our services, and contact us. So let's create IDs as well on the all of the sections. ID. So first one is home, second one is about, third one is services, and the fourth one is contact. So guys, we need a good styling here for our main menu. So what we will do is we'll go to the navbar here, and here we'll write collapse, and we'll write navbar collapse, and inside the UL we'll give it a class name navbar nav, and li we'll give it a class name nav item, and inside a we'll give it a class name nav link. So this thing will put inside every li, this one, and this one, class nav item, and inside a, inside all of the a's, we'll put this class name nav link. And if you see, we have got a good navigation menu, but we want this navigation menu to be aligned at the right of the screen. So what we will do is we'll give it an ID by the name main menu, and main menu will be styled as width 100% and max width, let's say 40 rem. It goes there, but still it is not at the top right. So what we will do is in UL we will put a margin auto on the X horizon, MX auto. And if we see, still this navigation is not at the right. So what we will do is we will go ahead and we will write nav item, and we'll put a margin of 0 pixel on the top and bottom and 10 pixel on the left and right. So if we now go and check this one, nav item, see, it will take the entire nav here, 35 pixel, will make it 35 pixel. Okay, now we can see we have this menu. If we click on about, it gets scrolled, but the navigation bar is also getting scrolled, so we want it to be fixed. So we will simply put class name over here by the name fixed top. So if you see, now our navigation menu is quite fixed. So what we want over here is, first of all, we want our navigation to be transparent. So instead of bg white, we'll write bg, or we won't write anything. It will be transparent, and we want to give it a padding vertically. So that would be of 5. Here it is. Now what we want is, whenever we scroll our website, scroll down our website, we want our navigation style to be changed. So again, we'll go to the JavaScript. We'll go to the bottom of the page of your coding, and here we will create the function like we did it in the last video. So dollar window dot window dot, we will use a scroll function. Scroll function. Inside this, we will create a variable scroll by the name scroll, and we'll give it the scroll value of the document. So we'll do dollar window dot scroll top, and if the scroll value is greater than equal to 100, then what we want is, we want our navbar to add a new class, add class by the name bg info. See, when we scroll it down, we get a background of info color, or the blue color. Now we want it to be removed, or just to make it simple or make you understand, let's make it bg dark, or you can say bg light. See, we have got this navigation bar, so we will remove it if the criteria is not met, else we will remove this class, remove. See, we have got this. So what we want is, we want our padding to be removed after scrolling. So in the .navbar, we will remove the class. What class we put here? We put here py5. So remove class py5 and add it once again in the else case. What will happen? This. Now we want a smooth styling, smooth transition effect. So we'll, in the nav bar, we'll put WebKit transition all 500 ms ease, and we will do it for other browsers as well. WebKit, Mozilla, Microsoft Edge, for Opera, and another one is simple one. Here it is. You see a very good and nice effect here we can achieve. Now what we want is, we want our .nav links to be bold. So we'll write font weight bold, and we'll make it important so that it can override the Bootstrap. And what we want is, when we hover on nav item, then its .nav link changes the color, and it becomes the blue color. This one, how we'll get this color? bg info, we'll see, this is the color. Nav link color would be this. See, here we want it to be white. like this, and we'll make the font size a little bit larger. Font size 1.1 rem. That would be enough, or just make it 1.2 rem, and it should be important. 1.2 is too much. Let's make it 1.1. I think that is enough. And we would have to increase the menu width 42 rem. Now it is cool. So guys, this is only for the desktop or the laptop view. So let's suppose if we open this in mobile or in a mobile device, what will happen is we will lose the menu. So for that, what we will do is, in between the navbar brand and the navbar collapse, we will put a button here, button, and the class of the button would be navbar toggler. Now inside this we'll put a span and we'll give it a class name, navbar toggler icon. We have got the button here now, but it's not opening the main menu. So what we will do is we will put a data bs toggle, and what we need to toggle, we need to toggle the collapse menu. So collapse, we will write collapse here, and what would be our target? The target would be the main menu. So data bs target will be main menu. Now if we see this, now it's opening up our menu in the mobile view. Now what we want is, so everything is good as of now, but in the, okay, we are getting this thing as well. Okay, everything looks good. Now what we want is, we want that whatever section is active at this point of time, that menu item should be highlighted. So for that, what we will do is, inside the body we will put a data bs spy, data bs scroll equal to spy. We'll put a scroll spy, and data bs target, that will be dollar main menu. Now if you see, if you go to the Bootstrap, if you go to the components and see the navbar, not exactly the navbar, you need to see the Scrollspy. Scrollspy, here it is. So if you see, data bs spy equal to scroll, so we, okay, this should be spy equal to scroll, and data bs target should be the menu name, menu id. Here it is. Okay, now what we need to do is, in the ul we will create a, we'll write a class name navpills. See, when you go to about us, it is highlighted. When you go to our services, it is highlighted like this. So what we will do here, let's make it, let's make the navigation info, it would be good. About us, our services, contact us. Now what we want is, we don't want our nav pills to be, to look like a capsule. So what we will do is, nav pills, see, inside the nav pills, we will change the style of the nav pills. So nav pills, first of all we'll remove the background color and make it transparent, important. Okay, so since it is not getting edited here, so what we will do is we will go to the bootstrap.min.css file, and inside this we will we'll find the nav pills. So press Ctrl F and write .nav pills. Inside nav pills, here you can see we don't need border, we don't need background color, so all we need is this thing. So what we will do is background none. See, background is gone, and font color would be, let's say, red. Not this one. And background none. Okay, that's all we wanted. And we will just close this, and dot nav pill, we need to change the nav item, not nav item, we need to change the nav link, and its color would be $F00, and just make it important. All right, again it's not taking effect, so again we'll make these changes in the bootstrap file. Go to the bootstrap file, look for the nav pills. So inside nav pills, nav link, background border radius, variable bs nav pills border radius, dot nav pills dot nav link disabled, or we can try it in one more way. Dot nav pills, then dot nav item dot nav link. Now we can check this one, $F00. Okay, here it is. We won't have to put this thing. All right, so instead of this we will simply write 333, and inside the nav pills, okay, so what we can do here is we can simply take the codes from here. How we'll do it is the nav pills will be nav item nav link. Active. Okay, this is what we want, so paste it here, and here we can change the color to F00 and make it important. See, and on hover we want it to be more darker. Here it is. Okay, now we got it. So let's make it darker instead of red. It looks good now. Or we can make it white, like home. Okay, about us, services, contact us. Okay, that's cool now. See, it's too cool. So guys, I think we are just done creating the single page website using Bootstrap, and you can see the CSS codes are very less. We have just written this much of CSS codes, and if you remember in the last video we have created a long CSS codes. So you can see now how easy it is to use Bootstrap. You won't have to do much, you won't have to do much hard work here, and everything is quite convenient and easy. So I will be back with another video wherein we would be using, so from now onwards we would be using Bootstrap, and we will be creating new websites and new web applications, and I will come up with another video with a new topic. And that's all. So if you like this video, just hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed the channel yet, I would request you to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon, so that whenever we release a new video or whenever we upload a new video, you will be notified about it. So take care and bye bye.